So, hello everyone, this is LAX 2047 group 86, and today we are here to do our last discussion video, which is video number 6. In this video, we are going to be discussing about all the 4 poems that we have written throughout LAX for this semester, and from that 4 poems, we have to choose one best poem. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Laura Sharvini Sivakumar, matrix number 200534.
Hi, hi. My name is Abraham Saidi and my matric number is 2041665.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Hawa Guduf and my matric number is 200044.
Hi, my name is Li Jingbo and my matric number is 200161.
Hi, my name is Li Xinyu. My matric number is 204826.
Okay, thank you for introducing yourself. So, let me share screen the poems so we can all have a look. Okay, hold on. Can you guys see the poems? Is it clear? All right. So, these 2 poems are under the theme of environment. So, I put them side by side so we can compare and see which is better. So, does anyone want to start giving opinions, or do you guys want to recite the poem again? Or we can straight away go to opinions.
I think we can straight away give our opinions.
All right. So, yes, you guys can start.
Can I go first? All right. So basically, for this theme, which is environment, I think between of these poems, I choose my group for this part for this theme because first is because our theme, which is the left one, which is because our poem has its rhythm where as you can see, as for example, how much has the world changed as we sit in buildings feeling caged, yearning to see the blue sky and green sceneries. Now it's all in the past, just some memories. So it has its rhythm itself. And second, because why I choose my poem because why I choose our poem because the what we call it as the length of the poem is the same in each stanza, that is not so different to one another. So I think I vote for my poem, which is the left one.
Hi, can you guys hear me? Okay, so for the first global issue, me too, I'm going to choose the first group, which is my group also, same as Intan. I will vote I will pick the first poem for this first issue. Because why? Both poems are both beautiful in its own way, their own way. But then I like things that have arrangements or settings or formats. So in these poems, we can see that it has its own format, which is it is rhymed. The length of the lines, each lines quite the same compared to the second group poem. And also we can see there are clear flow just is what like Intan mentioned earlier. And the construction, like I said earlier, it is also neat and dry. That is what I like about the first poem. So that's why I chose poem 1. How about the other?
For me, I also prefer to the first poem because it's a very real story of environmental pollution caused by human destruction and the impact on human life itself. People suffer the impact by themselves, and it's very well formatted. The second poem talk about the effects of environmental pollution from the point of view of animals and plants. It's also good, but there are a little bit problems in the formats. So I prefer the first poem.
So I'll go next. For me, I had a very difficult time choosing between the two poems because both of them are good in their own ways. And after thinking a lot, I think I like the second group's poem better, even though it doesn't have structure. But when I read it, I can imagine what is happening to the environment currently, and I can resonate with the idea of making environment better. It explains the pain that animals are going through, how our sceneries and environments are really becoming more damaged. And when I read this poem, it gives me more of a impact to think about what I can do for the environment. So in terms of impact wise, I like group number two, even though it has very less structure or so on. So I would choose the second group's poem.
For me, I think it's very difficult to choose the best one. And from the group two, our group members did very good as well. Yeah. But everyone expressed the opinions in the poem. But I prefer to the group one. This structure more clear and that began with a question sentence and also answer with a question sentence. It expresses a more strong emotions about the environment and also some adverb used in first poem that can express more strong emotions as well. Um, I think for me, I learn the structure. Yeah, I can do it better in the future. Yeah.
How about you, Hawa?
Yeah, I'm going to talk now. My network is a bit. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So for me, I will be going for group two. Actually, group one did a very good job. It was well organized. It talked about everything. I liked the group one, though it was hard to choose which one was best. But I think I'll be going for group two. Group two poem may not be organized, and at the same time, when you just mere look at it, you will think it's not that well organized, like I said earlier. But when you sit down and read it slowly, you will see it try to look almost like all around the aspect, because if you see the first stanza, it tries to talk about the normal environment we're seeing around, because it says broken bottles, junk papers underground, cells becoming impure, beautiful greenery, trees dying. That's what is happening like around our faces, you see. And then for the second stanza, it's shifted from the environment, it went to the Antarctic. Like, see, it talked about the Antarctic glaciers melting. You see, it went to that side. And then for the third stanza, it talked about how it affected the underwater. You see, so that's why I think I'm choosing for group two. I'll be going for that one.
Mm, thank you for your opinions, everyone. So I guess from the votings just now, the first poem was chosen by majority. So this is our first poem that we chose based on theme. So now we can go to the second theme, which is mental health. Again, I've put the poem side by side so we can read and choose, although it's very lengthy. So, yes, you guys can start giving opinions now.
Can I go first? Okay, so for our second global issue, sorry, we chose mental health, and just as like my pick earlier, I will still go by poem one, by group one, because why? Um, because as I said earlier, I like things that are structured and neat. I mean, it doesn't mean that I say that group two did a bad job, because when it comes to this global issue, I was having hard time to choose between these two. But there are several points that I want to Point out. Um, that is the first one. Uh, the the second point that I want to point out is it is rhyme, and even though it consists of only simple words, it is not that simple actually, because it has the hidden thoughts of it that we can actually have the thoughts. For example, like, oh, we may know someone, but actually we don't. And I like the humor behind this poem, especially in stanza one. For example, the Harry Potter reference, yeah, the Patronus charm, and then it is a hit for me. And I feel like this poem is really hit my personal my hit me personally. So, and it is very encouraging. That's why I go by the first poem. Thank you.
All right. So can I continue? Okay. So yeah, right. Okay. So in my opinion, for the next theme, which is about the mental health, I think I choose the second one, which is from group two. Why I choose this is because first, I choose group two. It's not because my team is not doing well in our second poem, but I think the group two's poem is more like more related with nowadays problem, where each stanzas gives their meaning itself. So at first, where the poem more tell us about what is gonna happen now, like we are hiding our problems, like we have to pretend that we are okay. And second is more like we want to say that we are not in a good environment, but they choose in a different situation, so it can give the same meaning. And the third, and between all of these stanzas, I more like the third stanzas, where this part tell us more about our acceptance, our self-acceptance, where even we are not perfect or we are having problem, we still need to improve ourselves. So yeah, I think I vote for the second group.
For me, I also prefer to second poem. The first poem is also good. It shows us that even in difficult times, we must adjust our attitude and overcome the mental issues. But the second poem presents the mental issues that most people face in a metaphorical ways, in a implied ways, which I like very much. So I choose the second poem.
Hello? Okay, sorry. I'll go first. So for me, again, I would choose context over format. So for me, again, it's group two's poem. It relates more to the issues that hides behind mental health. For example, the mountains of anxiety, anxiety is annoying mosquito, alarms going off, stumbling block, it becoming a normal part of our life. All those things are aspects of mental health that is very nicely put into a poem, but it's not direct, but when you read it you can feel what a person with a mental health issue is going through. So, and my big favorite part of this poem is the third stanza. It's basically giving you like hope that you should dream bigger and try something big in life. So when I read this, it makes me feel more motivated. If I'm a person going through a sad day, if I read this, I know that I can overcome it. So it's more of the impact for me, and that's why I chose the second poem.
Yes, me too. I prefer to the second poem. Also, some sentences may be a bit long and looks not clear than the first one. But I think this poem have very specific points. Specifically, the second stanza and the third stanza, it compare some about mental health to very specific items. Mosquitoes, stars, fishes, and something else. When I read the poem and the stanza, I similarly look at the second person, the second myself. Yeah. And it inspired me to overcome the mental health. Also, the first stanza, I think, is more abstractive and full with poetry. Yeah, I think it's good as well. Yeah.
Okay, guys. With mental health, it's really hard picking which one is the best. But I think I'll still go for group two because I think it still click all the aspect because like the first stanza it talk about depression, second one anxiety, and that stanza I would say it combined both and kind of encouragement, you know. So I think I'll go for stanza two. Though it may not be organized, but at the same time it still makes sense and it still encourages someone. Thank you.
So I think here we can also see that group two's poem is chosen in majority. So now we have two poems to compare. This poem and the poem at the top. So which do you guys think is the best from this and this poem? Let me try to put it side by side. What do you guys think? Any opinions, guys?
I think the mental health by group 2 is the best if we are comparing the issue.
Okay.
Yes, me too, because I think this problem is more popular that occurred nowadays.
I agree. I like the
Yes,
second poem too. The
yes, I prefer the second poem because the issue is popular now.
uh, so does everyone agree we can choose this poem as our favorite one, best one? Okay. Well, I think
Yes.
so that is the very end for our video today. Thank you so much for joining and helping us choose the best poem. And this also is our last video. So thank you for being a part of this LAX for the whole semester.
Thank you,
Thank
Thank
you.
everyone.
you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.